Every state claims it stands behind its currency. Every system insists that this time is different. But history has humiliated that sentence again and again, because collapse is not an accident. It is not a deviation. Collapse is built into the structure itself. And the real question is this: when the structure falls and people are left in shock, which side are you on? Most of us live with the same mistake. We mistake numbers at a bank account for money. We assume the currency is sound, and we believe trust is permanent. But history says this very clearly. Money is not the foundation. Trust is, and trust can disappear in a single day. This is why history is merciless. But it is also instructive. Every great collapse leaves traces behind. It shows who will remain standing, and who will lose everything. And if you pay attention, you'll notice a pattern. The survivors are not the ones who believed in the system the most. They were the first to doubt it. Imagine Byzantium. For centuries, it controlled the most solid currency on earth, the gold solidus. Merchants did not question it. Nations accepted it. Markets trusted it. It was the reserve currency of the medieval world. And this is exactly where the problem began. The Byzantines were aware of Rome's mistakes. They had seen how the silver denarius was destroyed. Emperors had diluted the currency and shattered the environment of trust. "We will not repeat this mistake," they said. But they did. The purity of the gold was slowly reduced. No one noticed at first. Then it became obvious, and faith was broken. When a currency collapses, it isn't only money that shakes. Trade shakes. Relationships shake. The entire structure shakes. So what was left behind? Imperial decrees? Promises of the empire? Never. True wealth was held outside the reach of authority, in gold, in land, in real assets. The first lesson was written here. States cannot resist the temptation to debase money, and the moment they do, value flows toward things that cannot be printed. But not every crisis comes from monetary policy. Sometimes what brings structures down is an unforeseen shock. Imagine Europe in the 14th century. The Black Death. Half the population died. Settlements were abandoned. Towns collapsed. But here is the interesting part. Those who survived became stronger because labor became scarce. Land became abundant. Those with liquid assets witnessed one of the greatest wealth transfers in history. Was it a catastrophe? Absolutely. But at the same time, it was a redistribution of assets. If this feels familiar, it's not by accident. The same thing happened in 2020. Supply chains collapsed. Money was printed. Prices surged, and the result didn't change. Those with capital bought assets. Those living on fixed income fell behind. Crises are not fair, but they are honest. Those who prepare win. Those who don't lose. Now let's look at Florence, the heart of the Renaissance, the financial center of Europe, the Bardi, the Peruzzi. Banks too big to fail, until a ruler failed to pay his debts. King Edward III of England suspended repayments, and events cascaded one after another. Banks collapsed, depositors were ruined, trade ground to a halt. And people learned this. Size alone does not equal safety. Reputation does not protect you. Corporations exist to make profit, not to protect you. This lesson did not stay in Florence. It reappeared in 2008 with Lehman Brothers. It reappeared again in 2019 in Lebanese banks. And in every era, the same deceptive words were spoken. But this time is different. Look at the American Civil War. The North issued unbacked money. The South printed even more. The result? Inflation. Physical money became a joke, a loaf of bread for a bag full of cash. And once again, the same truth emerged. Real assets remained. Printed money vanished. The French Revolution was no different. New assignats were issued. At first, expectations were high. Then, panic. Farmers rejected paper money. They demanded silver. They demanded food. And the revolution destroyed itself with its own currency. The Asian financial crisis of 1997. Foreign debt, a fixed exchange rate illusion, collapse overnight. Those holding dollars survived. Those relying on local currency were destroyed. The lesson was blunt. Relying on someone else's money is dangerous. And then came Lebanon. Banks closed their doors. The public realized something. Their money was still there, but they couldn't access it. Lifelong savings were reduced to pocket change. The middle class evaporated, and people understood too late. Money in the bank is not truly yours. It is a loan you gave to the bank. Who survived? Those with tangible assets, those operating outside the core system, those with real skills. Because history does not shout, it speaks quietly. Money loses value, but production remains. People always need food. They build and produce. They trade goods and services. Life continues this way. Those who can meet real needs do not remain poor for long. This is where real security lies. Crises are destructive, but they also carry opportunity. For the unprepared, they are disaster. For the prepared, they are opportunity and a chance to reposition. History does not hide this. It shows it clearly. Now the question turns to you. When the economy shakes again, what are you trusting? A number? A financial institution? Or something tangible? History does not repeat itself exactly, but if you ignore it, it will crush you. Short pause. If this gave you a different perspective, subscribe. Because history holds the answers. It does not shout them. It speaks quietly, coldly, and only to those who are paying attention. And I won't tell you what to look at, but how to look.